Hi kids, so today we'll be learning about fractions. So take for instance you have this circle. If you draw a line through the circle, you divide the circle into two equal parts. Now each part of this circle represents a fraction of the whole circle. So this is a fraction of the circle, this is a fraction of the circle. Okay. So now I have an apple. For safety purposes, this was pre-cut because I didn't want to bring the knife into the classroom. So this is an apple and I want to share it with one person in the class. So I cut the apple in two and I'll give one half to Tommy. So when you have say I had an apple, I cut it in two and I gave a half away. So this 1/2 represents a half. Now when this is typically how you would represent a fraction. So you notice that you have a top number and a bottom number. So the number on the bottom is what we call the denominator. Can anybody tell me what the top number is?
No.
That's the numerator. Let me get my spell check on. That's the numerator. So the bottom number, the denominator, the top number, the numerator.
Go ahead.
One thing you should know about the denominator is it tells you how many parts the thing is being divided into. That is how many equal parts. So like this circle is divided into two equal parts. So that tells the denominator. And the numerator, the number on top, tells you what part of the fraction is being talked about. So you're talking about one part, this part. So it's 1/2. Okay. So now, let's say I have this cupcake and I want to cut the cupcake. I'll cut the cupcake into at least try to cut it in 3 equal parts. I'm using a dinner knife, which should be fairly safe, but I'll do the handling of the knives and stuff for now. So I cut the cupcake into 3 equal parts. And I'm gonna give 1/3 to a student or a volunteer. Don't catch that part. So I give 1/3 of the cupcake away. So, did I just eat that? I'm sorry. So now, say this is a cupcake. They cut it in 3 equal parts. And I give away one section of the cupcake. So, I give away 1/3. And remember, the denominator tells us what? How many parts the item is being cut into, how many equal parts. And the numerator, the number on top, tells us what? Any guesses?
White slice.
The amount that's being talked about, or the amount that's being referred to. So it's just, yeah, my spelling is a little off today. So yeah, it's just one part would be the numerator, 3 parts the whole. So 3 sections denominator, and they're talking about one part, which is the numerator. Ready? Alright, so now we have another cupcake, which I'm gonna cut also in 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. Now can somebody come up and take 2 parts? Okay, this cupcake is not cooperating, but okay. Actually, it's a muffin, sorry. So, alrighty, so can somebody write on the board the amount of of cupcake that was taken. So the person that comes up should have written 2/3. How do you know that it was 2/3 of the cupcake that was taken? Can anybody make a guess?
Because we took away 2.
That's correct. You had 3 pieces. That's the whole, and you took 2 out of it. So that's 2 out of the 3. That would be 2/3. Okay, can somebody tell me what the meaning of, what is the denominator in a fraction? This is the denominator, right?
Yes.
Can somebody tell me what the definition for the denominator is?
The whole thing?
That's the denominator is the amount of parts that the whole has been divided into. Right?
Yes.
And the numerator, anybody?
What's taken away?
The numerator is the amount that is being referred to. So the amount that's been taken out of the whole. So good. Okay, so now we're going to divide this muffin into 4 equal parts. So what I'm going to do, can a volunteer, somebody come up and represent so I'm gonna give away 3 pieces of my cupcake. I'm sorry, my muffin. Can somebody come and represent that on the board, which would be 3? Can somebody come and represent that in the circle? Okay, so the person should have done this and shaded this section here. That would have been correct. Now, how many parts was circled? That would be 1, 2, 3. And what does that represent?
The numerator.
The numerator, correct. And what does the 4 represent here?
Denominator.
Correct. My spelling is a little off today. Please forgive me. Okay, so now I'm going to pass out some fraction worksheets. What I want you to do for me is read the instructions, and I have some crayons here that you're going to use to color in the fractions. And you should, I'll give you around 15 minutes to get that done. Alright guys, it's 15 minutes. Turn in your worksheets. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to divide you into 2 groups. So this table here, you'll come together as one group. So you'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that will be group A, and over this side will be group B. So what I want you to do for me, so you 2 in the back, you'll be partners. You'll be partners, 2 partners. So the person beside you will be your partner, okay? So you have 2 groups, and each person has a partner. So what I want you to do for me is tell partner A, you're gonna tell your partner what the top number of a fraction represents. So now I'll give you 30 seconds for that. Come on, discuss. Tell your partner what the top number of a fraction represents. Dun, 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 dun. Okay guys, it's 30 seconds. So does anyone want to volunteer the response they got from their partner? Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, Wonderful, that's correct. All right, so we'll do the same thing. Partner B, you'll tell your partner, group B, you'll tell your partner what the top number of a fraction represents. 30 seconds. You'll have 30 seconds to get that done. Okay, 30 seconds. Any volunteers? Okay, your hand was up first. Go ahead. Good job. Okay. Can anybody think of a thing or a whole that can be broken up into fractional parts? Jenny. A banana. Correct. That's great. Anybody else? Timmy. A popsicle. You like to share your popsicle, huh? Yeah, it can be broken up and shared into parts. Anything else?
Apple pie.
Oh yeah, apple pie. I see somebody likes apple pies. Okay, yeah, that too can be broken up and into parts. It's a whole that can be broken up into fractional parts. Some other things could be like money, right? You could share money, fractional parts, minutes. Yeah, so that's good, guys. You did good. For a quick recap, can anybody tell me what the denominator represents? Anybody? Samantha, go ahead. Correct. It does represent the amount that is being, the whole amount that is being talked about. Can anybody tell me what the denominator, the numerator, the top number represents?
Numerator.
The numerator is the amount that is being referred to. So the denominator, the amount that is being sectioned into or the item is being divided into, and the amount that is being referred to is the numerator. Since you guys did so well, let's see if we can. First, I'm gonna give you like a little mini quiz, just to see what you have learned so far. It's just 4 questions, and the first one, say Tiffany made 10 brownies to share with her friends. Together, Tiffany and her friends ate 6 brownies. What fraction of the brownies did Tiffany have left? How do you know? Just fill in your answers on the line. Question 2. What does the top number of a fraction represent? And we all know that, right, kids? And the question 3. What does the bottom number of the fraction represent?
Denominator.
And the final question. Give an example of a whole that can be broken into fractional parts and explain how the whole is broken into fractions, into fractional parts. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, if you have any problems, you can always come to me and I'll assist you as best as I can. Okay?